We've been without a major seismic event for over 20 years now. It's going to happen at a moment's notice.
Today we're practicing the activation of our Department Emergency Operations Center.
This is really an exercise for us to train, and we're using Fleet Week and the Italian Heritage Festival as the exercise. So we have 4 different sections that are working today. There is operations, and operations basically is our contact with people out in the field. They're finding out how things are going, and if there are problems, they're letting us know, and then we can identify through our action plan what resources are needed and then dispatch those resources. They will fill out reports. That report then gets to planning. Planning will then identify if additional resources need to happen for a long-term time frame, and then they will provide for that by talking with our logistics staff. Our logistics staff is actually the ones that will order labor, materials. They will do that, first of all, looking within our own organization, but then if we don't have that within our own organization, they'll contact EOC, and EOC will look at getting resources to us. And then last but importantly is our finance staff, and they're here to make sure that we, first of all, fill out all the paperwork so that in an actual event, when the federal government will be hopefully reimbursing us, that we're following the proper protocol, and they're also making sure that the money is there in place.
Today in the field we have the Bureau of Street Environmental Services following the parade and doing the final cleanup of the parade. In an emergency situation, they would likely be doing something similar to this, only with disaster debris. Also in the field is the inspectors from the Bureau of Street Use and Mapping. They're doing some live streaming.
Currently we are at the intersection of Beach and Powell, making sure that everything is safe for our public, our visitors, and everyone participating in the event.
There's going to be so many different departments working during a seismic event or any other kind of emergency. They will all have a separate action plan, and we are here making sure that for Public Works, the action plan for that emergency event is actually followed through.
Engineers will likely be doing damage assessment of roads, bridges, overhead passes. Architects and engineers as well would be doing damage assessment of facilities and buildings. Bureau of Building Repair would probably be doing some immediate repairs to make facilities operational, especially things like shelters, street and sewer repair. And the urban forestry crew also has big equipment that can help clear the roadways.
We've been without a major seismic event for over 20 years now. So it's important that we are ready, we know the roles that we need to play, and that we're able to act quickly, because it's going to happen at a moment's notice. So that's one of the reasons why we do this. And again, the more comfortable we feel in our roles, then the better we can respond quickly to emergencies.
For an emergency planning, communication is really very important, and so I can't stress enough the importance of figuring out a communication plan for your family and for the department. That's why we're sort of practicing today how we communicate and interact with each other, how we share information and how we use that information, and then for the city as a whole, so that the city as a whole knows what's going on as well.
End of recording. You guys have a good day.